Spike down.
Hi y'all, this is Casal. So I'm really not doing anything at my work. We're in a work from home setup right now, so I decided to just read some Reddit stuff and edit some of my Valorant clips. So here's the first thread that I found interesting in the glitch in the Matrix. That's not my neighbor. I have thought for the last 2 years that this event was a Mandela effect, but after finding the sib, I am starting to think maybe it was a glitch. Anyone else have something so blatant happen? I'm hesitant to tell the story. No one believes it. Even my husband who saw the whole thing, but here we go. My neighbors directly across the street from me, they're married and expecting a baby. The wife is a tiny blonde woman, very Caucasian, very tiny build. We wave to each other daily and yell salutations across the street. She goes into labor and they leave for the hospital. A week later, I see the car has returned, so I bake some cookies to take over and congratulate them. Another day or two goes by, and I see a thick brunette lady outside with a baby, and I wave, assuming it's a relative that's come to help with the newborn. A few more days pass, and I see the husband outside with the brunette and the baby, so I take the cookies over. Days passed after baking the cookies. Anyway, it's her, it's the wife. Same name, same personality, and same demeanor except she's now a thick, kinda tall, brunette Pacific Islander. The husband doesn't acknowledge any difference. She talks to me and treats me the way she always has, but it's a totally different person. My husband noticed as well. We made some jokes about him wife swapping at the hospital, but since he can't wrap his brain around it, he starts to believe that she's always been this person, even though he clearly remembers her teeny and blondie. I feel like everyone has lost their minds. It's been almost 2 years since that shift, and she's still a thick, tall brunette, and then I feel like maybe I've lost my mind. My only consolation is that my husband remembers it too, if only vaguely. Update 1. So I showed the picture I found of her to my husband last night. He's a little bit of a mess about it. The man is not a conspiracy guy at all, but he remembered her. He started asking some questions and tossing around ideas about what could have happened. I convinced him to go to the church this morning and attend their service. I spoke briefly with the pastor and said my neighbor had recommended that I attended. He was grateful she was sending people his way even though, get this, she hadn't attended since she had the baby. She apparently changed churches to one a little closer when she gave birth, so I don't know where to go next except for putting some fillers out in the neighborhood and finding an excuse to hang out with her. Update 2. I'm sorry that took so long. I didn't want to update until I had spoken directly to my neighbor. So I endured the heat all week and spent way too much on flowers to plant in an attempt to run into my neighbors. Well, she's really that dedicated, huh? The old lady next door doesn't remember the neighbor's wife having blonde hair, but her middle-aged daughter does. She said, "Yeah, that was a couple years ago. I don't know why she went so dark. I thought it would wash her out." When I pointed out that it wouldn't wash her out because her complexion is tan now, she looked confused and said that maybe she had been tanning because she did look darker. I pushed it a little further and asked if she also seemed taller, but she seemed stuck on the fact that very Caucasian blonde woman had gotten tan enough for such dark hair to look natural. She gave me several reasons, but didn't seem convinced either. I also spoke to the changed lady's next door neighbor and mentioned her having blonde hair. Neither he nor his wife remember her ever being blonde. They both agreed she had dark hair on move-in day. Yesterday, I finally cornered changed neighbor lady outside. She pulled up with groceries and I offered to help carry them with her. I started talking about the church and how I had spoken with the pastor. She said some really nice stuff about the church, but also that she needed the church closer. That's why she had switched. When I pointed out that her new church was actually further away, she said she had never actually measured it, but it seemed closer. I pointed out that her old church was in our town and her new church is in the next town over, and she said the back roads must just make it seem shorter. Some red flags popped up here because the back roads around here are long, windy roads that circle around our town and pass by all the farmland. It doesn't ever make things quicker. It's a nice drive, sure, but it always adds a good chunk to drive time. Also, the new church is in the middle of the town, 2 streets over from the main street. So, if you take the back roads, you actually have to circle back to get on the main roads to get to it anyway. It will be much more convenient to take a direct route using the town roads that connect the two towns. It's almost a straight shot from the middle of our town to the next town over. I don't know why that bothered me, but it did. Maybe she just really wanted to change church without telling you why she did it. Anyway, after a little while of small talk, I brought up the hair. Finally, the most important thing. Anyway, I said that I was trying to go blonde to hide some gray that I have coming in, and did she have any tips? She laughed and said the last time she was blonde, she was in high school, and it was a mess, so she didn't recommend it. I pointed out that she was blonde right before having her baby, and she got really weird, almost defensive, and said she hadn't. She had only tried to go blonde at one time in high school and it turned orange, so she dyed it back immediately. I told her I chalked it up to pregnancy brain because she was definitely blonde while she was pregnant. She ended the conversation shortly after and thanked me for my help, but you could tell that she was annoyed with me. So, guys, not super sure what I've learned other than the girl next door to me, old lady's daughter, and I are going to have another chat. She made me feel like she remembered, but she couldn't wrap her head around it. I'm going back to the church on Sunday to poke around and talk to some more people. Any more ideas? Oh my god, what if the wife died and the mistress of the husband took over and steal her identity? Anyway, no, I just saw that on the one of the comments, but I think it's a possibility, or maybe the op is just hallucinating. But the husband and the other neighbor remembers it though. But what do you guys think? Hi, so I'm back. I don't know if another story or Reddit thread will fit in this 1 minute and 45 seconds. So I just decided to share some story or share some stuff about my work. So I actually graduated last third week of July and started work first week of August. To be honest, it was a culture shock, and until now I'm still kind of, you know, feel unmotivated because of it. I don't know if it's unmotivated, but I just know that this work is not for me. This is why I'm kind of in between resigning and wanting to stay. I don't know. I don't want to work, but I gotta work because I don't know. I just don't want to waste 4 years of my college without doing any related work to my degree. That's why I decided to just, I don't know. I don't want to work. But oh my god, I don't know. But what about you guys? What's your first job like after graduating college, and what's the shortest time that you stayed in the job? Like, was it like 1 week? 1 week? To be honest, because I'm in the department where I can see some employees' record history regarding their employment, and I saw quite a few employees that live in their first to second week of employment in the company. But oh no, I don't know. I think it told off my employment history. That's why I'm just gonna stay until my contract ends. But I don't want to work anyway. I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'll be uploading 2 times a week, or I try. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Click and subscribe if you want more. And yeah, stay safe. Bye.